Hey everybody, so in my last video I got some questions about the app interfaces and the changes between the old and the new version. So on the iPhone and the iPad there's two separate apps, one for the existing content, the old app, and then another app for the existing content plus the live TV feature. So this is the original Hulu app, and you've got your menu on the top left with the different content types, the genres, the networks, settings. You can access your profile, switch profiles through here. And then on the top right, you've got your search feature. It's pretty standard navigation. And then you've got your featured content at the top. And then you've got the watch list right below that. This is probably like the most valuable part of this app for me. It's where I can see the shows that I'm currently watching, shows that I've watched before, which new episodes have come on. I can see that clearly with the new episodes tag. I can see, shows that I started and didn't finish. And then below that are other curated content, which I really don't use much, and I think probably could be used in a better way. So it's pretty easy to see and to click into either a show or to then quickly click into the next episode, with the play button right below the show image. So if I click into Saturday Night Live, I can see the latest episode. I can see the episodes that I haven't seen yet with the indication of the green bar not being there. And I can see that the latest episode is a new episode with the new flag at the top right of the icon. And I can also see all the episodes across seasons. So it's less clicks than the new version, which I'll show you shortly, to get to where you want to go. And it's also just much clearer that this episode is new, this episode I've watched X amount of, and I can either click into the episode or just click straight into the show info. Okay, so let's take a look at the App Store and just take a look at the two different apps that there are now for Hulu. So you can see the regular Hulu app, and then to the right of that, there's the Hulu with Live TV. The Hulu with Live TV app allows you to have access to the same content within the regular Hulu app, but then it also provides the Live TV service. So that's what you have to download if you've subscribed to the Hulu with Live TV service. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get that installed and log into the app. And once I'm logged in, it'll prompt me with the new interface. And you can see that the featured area is much larger, and it's also split between two navigations at the top and then at the bottom. The bottom navigation has the home button, which is what you see there, and then you've got your My Stuff, which is shows you've specifically saved to this area. You've also got the networks, and you've got your search and your profile buttons there as well. And then at the top, you're able to swipe between the lineup, keep watching, which is kind of similar to watch lists, but not really. And you can kind of see how the text is a lot bigger. So like the text items and the text links themselves are easier to click, but just the organization of the content isn't as clear as it was before, I think. So then at the top is where you can access, the different genres. You can also manage your DVR, get the recorded shows. And if you go into a specific show, you can see what you recently watched and then what's upcoming. Also, the next episode would be there as well, but there's no clear indicator if it's new. If you go into episodes, you get like a tile view. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see the what's upcoming, which is useful, but you have to go to another tab to see all the seasons. So it's definitely more clicks than the old app is. So the live section is under networks, and then you can go see the individual networks, see what's airing and then what's upcoming. But you have to scroll through these large tiles to kind of see what's a couple hours in advance, as opposed to just leaving it in a list format and you could quickly scroll through it, the way the TV guide does. Next, let's take a look at the Apple TV version of the app. I think it's even rougher experience there. Okay, so this is the Apple TV version of the new Hulu app, and you can see right off the bat, it's not as clear to see if there's new episodes of TV shows that you currently watch. You don't have that watch lists here on the home tab. Instead, it's replaced by lineup, which are kind of recent shows that have come up, even ones that you haven't watched. And then you've got the keep watching next to it, which are shows that you have watched, but I've seen some shows that I haven't watched, probably related to networks I've watched, show up there. So it's kind of not as useful. The My Stuff is similar to watch lists, but you have to manually add shows to this section. And there's no flag indicator of a new episode or like a resume button for episodes I was in the middle of. And then the browse, you can get to the different TV networks, the TVs, the movies, the Hulu originals. If you go into the TV shows, you can also get to the live channels through here or through networks. So if I open up networks, you'll see that there's the live tab, which is kind of all the current live content across the networks. And then there's the categories of the networks next to that, and an on-demand section all the way at the end, which is a bit confusing that there's on-demand content, which is kind of what Hulu is, inside a network section, which is kind of geared towards live content. So maybe this content's a bit different than the regular Hulu content, but it seems like it could be organized a bit better. Like there should be like a section for live TV, a section for TV shows, and then a section for movies. Everything should fit under one of those sections. Maybe you've got Hulu originals also, but then you've got your kind of categories and genres under each of those. There's kind of no reason to mix between live TV and existing TV from like a usability standpoint. Okay, so I'm going to go to a show which I know there's new episodes of. I know I haven't watched them all. It's at the bottom of this keep watching list, and there's stuff on here which I've never watched at all. So This Is Us, I meant to click into the show, but there's no option to click to the show. You have to click and hold to get to the show details and to see all the episodes. It automatically plays the next one, but it has like a text description of the episode. It doesn't have that kind of image that shows up related to that specific episode next to it. So you might not realize that you're clicking into a specific episode and not the show itself. Okay, so now I'm going to search for a show which I know has new episodes that I haven't seen before, but I have watched, previous episodes. So when I open this up, I can see that there's a next episode, but again, doesn't have that new episode indicator. And that's kind of what's throwing me off, is what's missing from the old app. So those are my thoughts on the app across the iPad and the Apple TV. Tell me what you guys think and how you find the usability of the new interface.